My favorite print from this project was this close-up of this yellow flower, and right there is what it looks like on my computer, and this is compared to the print. This was not my first time making prints, but I don't do it on a regular basis. I have used professional photo printers when I was in high school, because I took a video production and photography class, and many of our assignments required us to print out all of our images so we can see them like that. The way I went about printing these images is the ones I wanted to use as printouts. I worked them up in Photoshop with the workflow for this class, and I did have a little problem figuring out how to print them because my printer at home wasn't working. So I went to Staples. The images didn't come out how I wanted them. They were too small. And then ultimately I got these images by ordering them from Walgreens. I think the image quality is pretty good for these prints and their size. I really like how they came out, although a few of them in some spots are a bit darker than I would like them to be based on how they look on my computer compared to the prints. My choices of images really were dependent on what I was photographing. I went to a lot of parks and photographed around my city, took some pictures of my fiance, and I just had to figure out how I wanted to arrange them, which I spent some time doing. I wanted them to kind of relate to each other but not be exactly the same. Sequence 1 is floral and leaves and all. Number 2 is cities, spots around my city. There's one image from before from California. Sequence 3 is just animals like squirrels, and there's a groundhog in there. 4 is some pictures of my fiance and things to do with cars. 5 are some portraits of him that I took. 6 is just there's some mushrooms there and a rusty lock that was just on this little door in this park, and a nail in the board that I saw walking through the woods. And sequence 7 are all black and white. They're not exactly the same. There's a bench and an arm and some buildings and a barn. But I like how the sequences turned out, and I think they came out very well for this assignment. What I discovered through this assignment, I do enjoy making prints. I like seeing my work displayed physical rather than just digitally on my computer. I like being able to hold photos in my hand and really look at them and see the detail and compare them to how they look when I'm in the process of working them up, and how they look after they're off the computer. So I really like this assignment, just being able to have these copies of my photos in more way than one. And I did discover that there were some challenges when I went through printing and all of that. But overall, I really did like printing out my photos and displaying them in certain ways and sequences and seeing what really worked together. I ended up doing 7 sequences instead of 5, and here they all are displayed one last time at the end of this video.